In the Turks and Caicos, I think that there is just a very small niche group of people here. And I think that once you're aligned with these organizations, i.e. specific architects, specific developers, and of course, you know, the implementation of Ferguson and ITG, we're able to start working with those folks from the very beginning with the specifications. And that really stands out because of the wealth that comes here and the people that buy here from all over the world.
Kohler has benefited our business as one of our flagship lines. They fit perfectly into our business model, which is partnering with manufacturers, large distributors, bringing a product mix directly to a developer or a contractor to allow for greater efficiencies when designing and building a project. Kohler will do anything, send anybody, provide any support necessary to make sure that people's hands are held, that they get what they want, how they want it, and when they want it.
Mark Sokolow is the president of ITG, and he is a phenomenal man. He has worked this island for many, many years. Ferguson had hired him as an agent and hired his company as an agent. They are phenomenal. They do a fantastic job in following up. They chase every one of these projects. They don't let any of these projects get away. We all have a hunger to achieve and overachieve, and I think that that's what makes our team so strong and stand out between any other company, because we all have this great passion to succeed.
One of the things that's happening in this marketplace is we have products that we're working on that are from the very highest specification to specifications that are more cost sensitive. And one of the things that we'll do is that early on in the project, we will contact ITG and they will contact Ferguson, and we'll do costing analyses and value engineering.
But if you look at a market the size of Turks and Caicos, very vibrant, has a lot of potential, but we do have some restrictions about going in and operating ourselves in this case. It was a natural for us to go look to a partner, and I mean a partner in the essence of we're the master wholesaler, they're the storefront in that country, where we can provide all of the sales support and all of the logistics support to make them a successful dealer in that marketplace. So if we were not able to provide our own storefront, or if the size of the market did not warrant us to go in and make a proper investment where we feel necessary to have that showroom, we're going to look to partners, we're going to look to other ways to get into the market that virtually provides the same thing, other than you're not operating that business yourself.
Through the network of dealers and Ferguson working as a master distributor, we can really get to every corner in the Caribbean. So Ferguson plays a very important role for us in the Caribbean. And their supply chain network is unsurpassable, and we can get product to each of those islands faster than anybody else, and bypassing some of the complications that you have by shipping through international boundaries.
What makes it special is really the relationship between Kohler and, or let me say, the partnership between Kohler and Ferguson. Ferguson has endured complete support of Kohler. Everybody from Elisa and the higher ups there, they've really made it very easy for us to go ahead and market, very easy for us to go ahead and get the business, because it has allowed us to go ahead and produce, and it has allowed us to go ahead and have accessibility, which is really what puts us ahead of anybody else.
Finishing Touches is our dealer here, and of course they purchase all their products through Ferguson. And they opened the showroom about 2 years ago, and they just opened it with a few products from Kohler. And now the evolution to that is, of course, they have the showroom, they have the merchandising aids and things like that. And the management that is involved with the dealer is also a very large developer here locally on the island. So between having the dealer and having him own these development companies, we've been very successful with the dealership. And of course, it's brought the retail more information and more education for the customers to be able to purchase and be able to go and see the product.
Melissa and I put together a finishing touch with Shoban, one of the lead designers there. Basically, because the islands are quite small and the market not as large as something like in the South Florida market, you wouldn't typically be able to host such a large premier Kohler showroom as you see here in South Florida. So we had to customize the showroom to be more of a boutique style.
Melissa could be described as a force of nature in some ways. She has tremendous enthusiasm, passion, professionalism, market knowledge, but more than anything, she just knows the region like nobody else does. It's not uncommon for a developer to sit in a meeting with Melissa and for Melissa to know all of the players involved far better than the developer does. And when a developer sits with her and realizes that, they're not going to work with anybody else. They work with Melissa Jackson and Kohler Company.
The best part about my job is working with the people that I work with, from the Fergusons to the distributors to the developers. It seems that the synergy between all of the organizations is that everyone has the ultimate goal, and the ultimate goal is to bring Kohler to these islands and to grow this business like we've been growing and have the credibility and have the integrity that we have.